Lay TV face down on flat cushioned surface like a table covered by a blanket.
Remove all screw for the rear cover and the base. Remove base and if there's a fan, make sure you disconnect the fan's wire. To replace the control board, loosen the 4 bottom screw that holds the chassis. So go ahead and remove the screw, and then one more screw that holds the grounding wire on the control board. Disconnect the cables and its masking tape. We have to disconnect this as well. Okay. Now this cable is completely loose, and other cables connected to the power board. You can lift the chassis board back and up. You have to remove the screws. Now you can start disconnecting the wires. Ribbon cable. This ribbon cable has a lock. You need to carefully lift the lock, and then you can remove the ribbon cable. Same for the other flat ribbon cable. Carefully unlock it, then remove the cable. Be careful with the plastic lock, because it can easily be broken. Now we're ready to lift the control board up. It may feel a little tight because the bottom has a plastic that may be gluing the control board. Now, control board is completely removed and ready to put in the new control board. Align the control board to the screw mount. Secure the control board first before we connect the cables. When you connect the wires back in, be careful. Just make sure you align them correctly and they are securely fastened. Align it and push this flat cable in. Now for this ribbon cable, you need to pay extra careful how to reinsert it back in. These ribbon cable currently have a gray lining. Reinsert it carefully back in so you can no longer see the gray lining, and lock the plastic cap back in. You should hear it clicking. Same for the other two flat ribbon. If there is no good connection, then the TV will not be able to turn on. Okay, now we're ready to put the chassis back on top. Make sure it's realigned back. Okay, and secure the wires back. Make sure you don't forget any of the screw. Just a reminder, this screw is last put in because it needs to hold the grounding. You need to secure the grounding wire. So don't forget to put the grounding wire back on before you secure this last screw. And then resecure the tape. Remember there were two tapes. And these tapes hold the wire in its place. Now you're ready to secure the chassis, bottom of the chassis back. Make sure this contact point is pushed back. Reconnect all the wire back on the power board. The wire shouldn't have moved too far away from the connectors, so you should be easily able to find their matching correct connectors. So there are a total 4 connections back on. Now we're ready to put the rear cover back on, the base as well, and that's it. And don't forget, if you have a fan connections, connect the fan back on before you close the rear cover. The rear cover may not go back on snugly. What you do is you lift the center of the rear cover, lift it up, so on the side you can fit it back in snugly. So for example, if I lift it and I'm trying to put it back in, it would lift the rear center of the back cover and then push on the side to fit back into the TV. And now we're ready to put the screws back on.
If you have any problem reinserting the base, reinsert the base like you're pushing a wheelbarrow, so you would be lifting the base like lifting a wheelbarrow, and then insert the base while lifting the bottom up.